Hello dear students, how are you? I hope you are enjoying my online classes and in today's lecture we will continue the discussion about chapter 13, that is magnetic effects of current. In previous lecture we have discussed the first half of chapter, and in second half we are left with these topics which are our main points of discussion: electric motor, electromagnetic induction, induced potential difference and induced current, and the last one, Fleming's right hand rule. So let us start with the electric motor. In the previous lecture we studied about Fleming's left hand rule, which gives us the direction of force which is experienced by a conductor, which is represented by thumb, when it is placed in a magnetic field, and direction of magnetic field is represented by index finger, and the direction of current in the conductor is given by our second finger. So if this is the conductor placed in a magnetic field, then it will and if current is going in this direction, then this conductor will experience a force in upward direction where the thumb is pointing. So current carrying conductors experiences force in magnetic field. This phenomena was discovered by Oersted because we know that current carrying needle is deflected by the current carrying conductor. So converse is also true, current carrying conductor is also deflected by a magnet, and we can use this effect for designing electric motor. So let us understand working of electric motor in detail. Electric motor is composed of three main things. One, it's permanent magnets. Second is the armature coil, and third is the carbon brushes and slip rings. With blue color I have shown you slip rings. Let us name them slip ring 1, S1 and S2. Let us name our conductors also AB and CD conductor. Let it be the axis of rotation for motor. In direction of magnetic field I will represent with red color. This is the direction of magnetic field, north to south. These are carbon brushes which maintains the contact with the slip rings which are stationary, and as armature rotates, the slip rings also rotate in contact with slip rings. So when after 180-degree rotation, when AB will come on right hand side and CD will come on left hand side, the carbon brush of AB will come in contact with S2 and the SD will come in contact with S1. What else we apply in a motor? For a motor to rotate, we must connect it with a source of EMF or battery or cell. So positive and negative supply through a key, and it is connected with the slip rings. As you know, this is the positive terminal. A current I will start flowing through the circuit, and now we are having two current carrying conductors AB and CD which are placed in magnetic field, as I discussed with you in my previous lecture, that a current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field experiences a force which is given by Fleming left hand rule. Let us apply this Fleming left hand rule on this conductor AB first. So the direction of current AB is in upward direction, so my second finger is in upward direction. Keeping my second finger in upward direction, I adjust my direction of magnetic field in the direction given. So magnetic field north to south pole in right hand side direction, and current is in B to A upward direction. Current is in upward direction. So my thumb, as you can see, is pointing perpendicular into the board. So AB conductor will experience a force perpendicular into the conductor. Let us represent this force by this perpendicular inward direction force. Similarly, my CD conductor, consider CD conductor, and when we apply force, when we apply Fleming left hand rule on CD conductor, the direction of magnetic field is same, but this time current is not in upward direction but current is in downward direction. So magnetic field is applied, current is there, so conductor will now feel a force in a direction coming out of the board, perpendicular out of the board towards you. So AB conductor is feeling force in this direction into the board, while CD conductor is experiencing force towards you. So let me represent this force also by this vector, perpendicular outward direction. Now we all know that, consider this is your armature AB and CD conductor. AB conductor is experiencing force in inward direction and CD conductor is experiencing force in the outward direction. So as a result, this armature will rotate like this. Armature will rotate like this. When armature will complete its 180 degrees, CD conductor will come at place of AB and AB conductor will go at place of CD. Now CD conductor will come on left hand side and AB conductor will go on right hand side. As with changing their position, CD conductor will now come in contact with S1, earlier it was in contact with S2, and AB conductor, which earlier was in contact with S1, now will come in contact with S2. Direction of current will be changed now. When CD conductor was on right hand side, current was in downward direction, but now when CD conductor is on left hand side, current is in upward direction. According to Fleming's left hand rule, you will again find that force is again in inward direction and force on AB conductor is in outward direction. So what you are observing basically in this diagram, that doesn't matter whether the CD conductor is on left hand side with contact with S1 or AB conductor is on left hand side with contact with S1, as long as current is going in upward direction, the conductor which will come on left hand side will always experience a force in direction into the board, while the other conductor which is on right hand side will always be having direction of current in downward direction and will experience a force in direction perpendicular outward the board. So this will give your armature a clockwise rotation when observed from top of the diagram. If you will observe it below the diagram, obviously the direction will become anti-clockwise. So do not get confused in this. If this is your armature and it is rotating like this, so if you will observe from top side, this is the top side, you are observing it clockwise direction rotation. But if the same rotation you will observe from the bottom side, you will observe it is anti-clockwise. So rotation is clockwise or anti-clockwise is just our perspective of observing it, from which angle we are observing it. What is important to mention the correct direction on the conductor when it is placed in the magnetic field. If magnetic field is in this side and current is in upward direction, force is definitely going to be into the board. Okay. So moving on to the next thing, that is electromagnetic induction. I hope the working of motor is very much clear to all of you. Next is electromagnetic induction. So up to this point we were finding the direction of force on a current carrying conductor and we were supplying the current to the conductor with the help of some source of EMF, some battery, some cell. Now we are talking about the generation of electricity, how electricity is generated. Electromagnetic induction. So in electromagnetic induction and Fleming right hand rule will go side by side. Fleming right hand rule explains the direction of induced EMF and What is electromagnetic induction? Electromagnetic induction, I will write the definition for you. It is the phenomena of generating EMF. EMF is known as electromotive force. It is the phenomena of generating EMF in a conductor placed in changing magnetic field. तो चेंजिंग मैग्नेटिक फील्ड में अगर हम किसी कंडक्टर को रखेंगे तो उस कंडक्टर में ईएमएफ जनरेट होगा. दिस इज नोन एज इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक इंडक्शन. वी कैन आल्सो define electromagnetic induction like whenever there is a relative motion between a conductor and a magnet, some EMF is generated. That is also known as electromagnetic induction. Or whenever the magnetic field or magnetic flux linked with a coil or a conductor changes, an EMF is induced. That is known as electromagnetic induction. All these definitions are pointing towards the same concept of generation of EMF or generation of electricity when there is a relative motion between a conductor and a magnet, or when the magnetic field with a conductor is changing. So that is known as electromagnetic induction. What is induced potential difference? We will also discuss it along with electromagnetic induction. The EMF induced in a conductor or armature of a generator develops some voltage across the ends of conductor in which EMF is induced. Okay, this developed or induced voltage is known as induced potential difference. Potential difference. So it is quite simple. When EMF is being induced in a conductor, obviously if you will measure with the help of a voltmeter, then at the ends of conductor or at the ends of armature, if you will measure with the help of a voltmeter, you will able to see a reading 5 volt, 6 volt, 12 volt, 220 volt, whatever the value which is depending on the strength of the magnets of generator and the length and resistance of the conductors. Some voltage can be measured across the ends of a conductor. Some potential difference can be measured, and that potential difference or that voltage is known as induced potential difference. Now, what is induced current? If you will connect a resistance with the ends of those conductor in which the EMF is induced, obviously the potential difference available at the ends of the conductor divided by the resistance connected to the circuit, some current will start to flow in the circuit by the Ohm's law. I is equal to V by R. If V is the induced potential and you divide it by the resistance of armature or resistance of conductor itself plus some load resistance which is there, so that is known as your induced current. Because now generator is not in your syllabus, So I can explain you in much simple form. With the discussion of Fleming's right hand rule, I will tell you how to find the induced current. Consider this is a conductor which is moving in upward direction. So the motion is in upward direction, and the magnetic field, as we are going to apply the right hand thumb rule, so consider that magnetic field is in perpendicular direction entering into the board. So the direction of magnetic field is going like this, entering into the board, and motion of the conductor is in upward direction. Let us name the ends of conductor B, A and B. Now what is Fleming right hand rule? As we know that Fleming left hand rule we applied when we are supplying the current, we are applying the magnetic field, then for finding the direction of force which is working on the conductor. Now we are applying the force, we are doing the motion of the conductor, we are moving the conductor in magnetic field, and magnetic field also we are applying. So a EMF will induce and potential difference will develop across the ends of a conductor, as I discussed with you in electromagnetic induction and induced potential difference. So an electromagnetic induction EMF will generate and potential difference will be there across the ends of this conductor. Now Fleming right hand rule is used for finding the direction of induced current when we are applying the field and when we are applying the motion, or when we know the direction of force. So in this diagram you can see that magnetic field is entering perpendicular into the board. So direction of magnetic field is towards board and thumb is pointing in the direction of current. My thumb finger and two fingers are mutually perpendicular to each other. Magnetic field perpendicular to board. Thumb is giving us the direction of motion. So second finger is giving me direction of current. So a current will flow in this conductor from B to A. So this terminal will become positive and this terminal will become negative. So that value of voltage VAB is known as induced potential difference, as we just discussed. The EMF induced in a conductor or armature of a generator develops some voltage across the end of the conductor in which EMF is induced. This developed or induced voltage is known as induced potential difference. Now if I will connect, let me use some other color. Now if I will connect some external resistance R with this induced voltage, and let us say this conductor is having small r resistance, then these two resistances, they are in series, and a current, okay, let us not consider internal resistance of this because we already had taken VAB. So if potential difference across the ends of conductor is VAB and capital R is the resistance, then we know that a current will flow through the R resistance given by VAB divided by R by Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R. This current is known as induced current. And if you want to divide it by the EMF, then you must divide it by EMF divided by capital R plus resistance of conductor itself. Then you will get the same current, EMF divided by capital R plus small r. But for now in class 10th, there is no need to go into much detail. You only understand that by Ohm's law, the voltage across the ends of conductor in which EMF is developed is known as induced potential difference. And as you know that if AB is the potential difference across the ends of the conductor, same voltage is, if resistance is connected across the same points, then the current which will flow through the resistance is going to be VAB divided by R, which is the voltage across the ends of this resistor given by conductor divided by R, and that is known as induced current. And Fleming right hand rule we just discussed, that instead of left hand, if we align the direction, first finger in the direction of magnetic field and thumb in the direction of motion, then second finger will automatically point in the direction of induced EMF. So you can apply this Fleming left hand rule and right hand rule in both the situations. Left hand rule we apply when we are providing current, when we are providing magnetic field and direction of force is to be required, and Fleming right hand rule we are applying when we are applying the field and we are applying the force and direction of induced current to be found. So please pay attention on this, have a good revision, go through this video lecture again and again until you get your concepts right, and stay. If there is any doubt, we can again discuss it. Like always, thanks for watching, take care of yourself, bye.